Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So in today's video, this is going to be more like a playlist video for beginners. I'm going to talk everything from the introduction to how to care about succulents for beginners, especially because a lot of people have a lot of questions. So I thought that I'm going to make a video series like a playlist kind of a thing wherein you can refer. Because when we tend to make longer videos, it's a little difficult to focus on the longer videos. So I thought that I'm going to make shorter videos, so it's going to be much easy to stay focused and understand succulents much easily. So let's start with the introduction of succulents. Now guys, what are succulents? Succulents are basically plants that tend to store water in their leaves. They basically belong to arid conditions. Most of the succulents, not all, most of the succulents do belong to conditions wherein there is very less water, very less nutrients in the soil, very harsh conditions, not extremely harsh, but yes, a little bit harsh conditions which do not tend to work out really well for other plants. That is where our succulents tend to thrive, and over the years of adaptation, they tend to store water in the leaves. This is how they tend to survive. They store water and nutrients in the leaves. So even though if there is not much rainfall or there is not much water and there is not much nutrients in the soil is very poor in nutrients, it can still do quite well because it has stored everything in its leaves, in its stem, and that's how they tend to work. They have also adapted to a different form of photosynthesis wherein they do not do their photosynthesis during the daytime. They have divided into two parts, wherein one part of the photosynthesis is done during the night and one is done during the daytime. So there are a lot of information about it in my channel itself. You can obviously check it out. If you want to know a little bit more about the photosynthesis, I will definitely put the link in the description below, so you will be able to understand it much better about the photosynthesis. Now again, coming back to succulents, the drawback about succulents is that if you are a person who tends to love plants that tend to grow really fast, that tend to multiply really fast, then succulents are not one of the plants that you would want to get into, because succulents tend to grow very, very slow. They are very slow in getting multiplied. They are very slow in propagating. So if you are a person who wants faster growing plants, then this is not one of the plants that you want to add in your collection. On the other hand, the good part about succulents is that they do not require a lot of care. When I say about lot of care, it basically means like if you have your foliage plants, you need to water them probably every day or every alternate day depending upon your environment and climate. You need to add fertilizers. Of course, if you're not going to add fertilizers, the plant is not going to grow. But in that way, our succulents are much better, because here we do not need to add in water every day. They are drought tolerant. They can go without water for a couple of weeks. If the climate is very good, they can even go without watering for a couple of months, especially during the dormancy period. Apart from that, they do not like a lot of fertilizers. They will do quite well in poor nutrient soil or lean nutrient soil. So that means that you do not need to water them every day. You do not need to add fertilizers every now and then. They will do quite well. Apart from that, the best part is that if you are a person who does not have a lot of space and want to grow beautiful plants that have beautiful colors, you cannot grow flowering plants because you do not have a lot of space, because flowering plants would require bigger pots and you need to water them every day. You need to add fertilizers in order to have those blooms. Then succulents are going to come into picture because they are very, very colorful. You do not even need flowers if you are growing succulents, because they come in different colors. They come in reds, they come in orange, they come in green, purple, orange, blue, whatever colors are present, you will have succulents in that. You even have succulents that are black in color, darker in color, dark purple, light blue, you name it. And there are a number of succulents in different colors. They have this beautiful pattern. They have these beautiful leaves. They look very beautiful when they're compact, but they are a little tricky, especially if you are a beginner, because as we have spoken about this, they do not like the environment what our regular plants tend to like. They do not like a lot of humidity. They do not like extreme temperatures, be it heat, be it the cold weather. So if you are a person who is from an environment that is extreme, probably one of the season is extreme, like let's say that you are from a place wherein the summers are extreme but the winters are good, or the winters are extreme and the summers are good, or for a lot of people both the environment, both the seasons, that is summer and winter, is very extreme, then there is only last option that you have, and that is to grow succulents indoor with a grow light. So the only drawback about succulents is that they require a good amount of light. So if you are a person who does not get a lot of sunlight, then you will have to think once again, because if you have issues with light, then you'll have to definitely invest into a grow light. Otherwise your succulents are going to have a hard time. So ensure that if your environment is extreme, be it during summers, be it during winters, and you do not get a lot of light, there is only last option, and that is to use a grow light and grow your succulents under the grow light. That is the only option. Otherwise it's going to be very difficult for you to grow your succulents.